This is Josiah Plays Dungeons & Dragons. This is the Shattered Crown campaign with DM Scito, a 5th edition Dark Sun campaign. With me are my fellow players, Tim and Nox, and we are exploring the dangerous halls of Undertier.
Also molesting mimics.
Yes. Also,
True.
Wait, I thought the mimic was molesting us.
You know, it's difficult really to describe what was happening there. It sort of broke me. I know it broke my throat.
That mimic came onto us.
It did.
It did, but then again, you did break its hymen, Josiah.
Yeah, those 3 episodes that are going to be missing from the YouTube, those are going to be behind us. Those are Patreon-only episodes.
Yes.
Those are the ones where things got NSFW.
Too hot for YouTube. Which, again, what annoys me so much about YouTube and the like when it comes to that is that they're really pedantic about what they actually consider inexcusable content, what isn't. Because, for example, the game which I always bring up, Agony, has full penetration, has you stomping on fetuses and things like that. That's fine. It's also fine on Twitch, but
Yeah,
I
it's real kind of arbitrary what is and isn't okay.
I guess we'll find out if what you guys did to that mimic is okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Hey, what's up, son? How you doing?
Hey, son.
Hey.
That reminds me, I should probably get the chat from your thing going.
You know what I miss? Numenera.
Oh, Son has changed his name. No, that's not right. Change it back.
I know, it confuses me.
Change it back.
Too. He has a whole story for it.
Look, there is an old saying. Don't change anything ever.
That's an old saying?
I've been saying it for years.
And that's why we keep the magic button around.
I'm going to get that button. I will destroy that button. It's going to happen.
So I think we had randomly determined that Nox was going to recap last session.
That's not what we decided. So first off, let's hand out some inspiration. And amazingly, Josiah/Jomo is going to be getting 3 points of inspiration because they have finally put our stuff on YouTube, which, if you're watching this on YouTube, is self-evident.
Yay. Thanks. I mean, technically,
as usual,
one video available so far, but
it's in the process. I'm fine with that. And if you get your write-up done, then you'll really see the stuff starting to flow in.
That puts me up to 7, right?
And yes, that puts you up to 7. And of course, Tim gets his traditional 3 points because he's amazing when it comes to keeping notes. Thank you, Tim. Nox could do it if he had the gumption.
Nox used up a lot of chronicling gumption on that other game, though. He wrote like 10,000 words of chronicle.
That's true.
And if you didn't hear, he'd be rolling in inspiration, but he's just apparently decided that he's too cool for school.
Hey, Fido, what do you have my total down as?
8 points.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's find out who is going to be recapping what happened last time.
How you doing, son? What's going on?
It looks like it's going to be
You're
Tim
all right?
again.
I feel like I should be immune from these roles because I so meticulously document every session.
But that's not how it works.
You're the most qualified.
Look, we have to do it this way because what happens is that I'm hoping eventually this is going to just continuously land on Josiah or something again and again, and he's going to start calling bullshit.
Okay, so we had just spent some time in that burial tomb. So the session started with us leaving that and going out to explore what was then the wide open northern passage. But the moment after we stepped foot in there, the ceiling collapsed, burying that way, making it impassable. So we went the only direction that was still available to us. And with Jomo beginning to bust out a cartographer kit, start to make a map of everywhere that we've been and where we were going. The first hallway off of the western passage that we explore had a mimic. Corwin tried to molest it. It tried to molest Corwin. There was mutual molestation. We were eventually able to overcome that and found some scrolls hiding underneath the mimic.
Oh yeah, what were the scrolls we found? I know one of them was Greater Restoration.
Yeah, you got Greater Restoration. I got Acid Stream and Magic Missile.
Cool.
So we went back to the main hallway, explored a passage to the north, finding nothing. We eventually get to a section where we need to get down on hands and knees and crawl through the passageway. It's become so littered with debris and falling ceiling. Corwin sent Fenris ahead to scout, and he triggered a glyph, a trap of some sort that fizzled out before it actually harmed him. Getting through that tunnel, we came into a new area that had many junctions. Moving off of it, we started exploring them. The first one ended in what appeared to be the bottom maybe of some old well. We could see the sky, but it was thin and there was no dead end, didn't leave anywhere. We then went to the south. Found a large burial urn next to a body. We loot a boot and a pan flute. Both are in remarkably good condition despite the passing of decades, but no other distinguishing features present themselves. We then also almost blew up the room, but thanks to Corwin's hand waving, literally and figuratively, he caught the vial of an unknown substance that was going to destroy and take us all with it. And also found 10 copper pieces, which apparently is a big deal in this world.
Yeah, metal be rare as hell, yo.
Then we retraced our path, explored to the north, came to a large open area full of ruins, found some young woman wailing over the body of who apparently was her dead husband. But further interrogation and some psychic tomfoolery had her reveal that she was actually the pack leader of a group of were hyenas who ambushed us. And we fought back and barely defeated them with our lives still intact. I think Corwin made it through surprisingly intact.
That's
Hey,
great.
Coleman's
son.
fine.
Mm-hmm. Sinclair wasn't, though. Sinclair
No.
Sinclair got a little up close and personal.
Yeah, he got a bite and failed a save, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, we're just biding our time, waiting to see what happens with that.
Biding our time.
Biding our time.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. We ended the session when the fight was done.
That's it. All right, give yourself another point of inspiration. So that should be 9 total for you.
Swimming in inspiration.
That's awesome, son.
All
It's really
right.
good. Glad things
So-
are going good for you.
You have just defeated this being that had identified itself to you as Lil, and as well as 3 other were hyenas. Sinclair has collapsed following this battle as he has incredibly worn out, having exhausted every bit of his psychic power. Yeah, so what do you guys do?
Okay, so what does everybody's status look like in terms of physical injury? I'm not really very hurt. What about you guys?
Corwin is unharmed, save for perhaps his pride at missing constant scorching rays and everything else under the sun.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
I am bloodied. If that's even a thing in 5th edition.
I mean, typically there
I'd
is.
say, yeah, you know,
You can say we can still use the term to mean under half health. Most creatures don't have anything that triggers when they go under half health. It becomes noticeable that they're wounded. Really noticeable, I should say.
Do these creatures seem to be like fully dead, or does it look like they're regenerating or anything?
You don't have to make a roll. Yeah, it looks like they're fully dead.
Okay.
did they revert back to human form when they're dead, or are they all were hyenas?
They are still in were hyena form.
Alright, I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on Sinclair real quick, just in case we get attacked again right away.
Alright, go ahead.
Corwin's going to kind of look around the immediate area. Is this dirt? Is it stone? Is it...
So there's 11 healing for you, Tim.
Thanks.
Okay, so as for your question, Corwin, it is primarily, it's a mixture of sand and dirt for the floors with broken pieces of the various masonry that was around here. The structures around you are pretty much all fallen apart. You were hiding behind part of a wall before. You're sort of in an open area where it may have not been a courtyard before, but it's been made one now by everything having fallen apart.
Aren't they hyena
Okay.
wares? I don't know if there's...
And is
such a
Sinclair
thing.
back up and standing?
Yes. Although, not all seems right with him.
I'm also gonna go ahead and just take my second wind real quick,
Okay.
because I can. And myself for 7.
1 point less than full.
And I want to kind of examine Sinclair with medicine if I can, to see if I can learn anything about what's going on with him.
Sure, go ahead.
I'll give myself guidance. Here we go. Oh, it's a good one this time.
Yeah. Damn
Nice.
it, what is happening with this guidance being good shit? Okay, that guidance actually helped there. Okay, so Jomo, you believe that Sinclair has contracted lycanthropy, specifically were hyena lycanthropy. And in a period of Well, let me make a roll real quick. Okay. So, in a period of a certain number of days, you're not sure, uh, Sinclair will transform into a were hyena.
But I don't know how long.
You would say, with that roll, I would say that somewhere between maybe 1 and 3 days at most.
Gemma says, "This not good. You're gonna turn into one of these things."
What does that mean?
Do I have any idea how one would cure this?
You do. You would, there's several methods. You could use restoration, or I believe lesser restoration might be able to do it, but I'd have to double check the exact text for that. But oh, thank you. No, it would not. It would not solve this particular issue. Remove curse would, though, and greater restoration would. But one of those two spells would be required to do this, or a potion that had the same effect.
Scito, is there a check or something that we could do to determine what it means to be one of these things?
Sure, make a nature check. Okay. From what you know about were hyenas, when one becomes afflicted with lycanthropy, effectively their very nature becomes changed. In the case of were hyenas, they are known as vicious, cruel creatures that could be very easily typified as evil. Not only that, but that person would gain urges, specifically the sorts of urges that would see you eating your potential friends. You know.
So, what are the negatives or downsides to this?
Those, a lot of people would consider those the downsides, but if you're okay with those things, then yeah, being a were hyena can be awesome. I mean, you'd gain immunity to non-magical weapons and stuff like that. You become stronger. Might interfere with some of your psionics, but I mean,
I'm just saying that flurry of blows combined with were hyena claws is going to be pretty potent combination.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, that's true. As long as you don't eat us.
Look, no one ever didn't have to make sacrifices on the way to achieving their dreams.
It's true. Look, we could all be a little bit, sometimes you light party members on fire. Sometimes you take a bite of party members.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could become were hyenas with me. We will the desert rat becomes the desert hyena, and we rule all of Tyr.
Yeah, why wouldn't we all just become were hyenas?
Oh, and that's the other thing. If you're ever discovered by anyone, chances are you would be hunted to death.
Well, that's kind of true for everybody anyway. Okay, yeah. Joking aside, I obviously don't want to be a were hyena. So Sinclair will ask Jomo what can be done about this.
Let me ask you a question, Scito.
Okay.
Does Jomo have a sense of how close he is to reaching a breakthrough in his magic of the flame?
All right. Yes, this is very meta, but since it admittedly there has been going time, you get the sense that you are close to a breakthrough. You can feel that you're coming closer to an understanding of what both elemental chaos and the flame is.
I feel like I may be able to purify this with the flame soon, though I cannot do it yet. Are there other ways besides casting those 2 spells that you named that I'm aware of?
Nope, those are pretty much the only 2 options.
Although someone up in the city could probably do it now. Maybe at the Chapel of Light. What's it called?
God damn it. It's called the Hall of Light, or, right? The Hall of Light?
You don't
Hall
know.
of
Let
Light.
me check.
Also,
Yes, it is the Hall of Light.
this scroll probably could do it.
Searshu, at the second you bring out the scroll, Searshu sort of, even though she can't really physically interact with you, she sort of puts her hand on your arm to when you bring out the scroll and says, "That might not be the best idea. I would think that we should save this for a more dire occasion rather than something that won't even take effect for at least a day." And Jomo is very quiet.
What do you think, Sinclair? What you want to do?
Well, if I'm not in any immediate danger, then we can press on here, see if we can't find this person. But I am exhausted. I need to rest for a little bit at least.
There is one other thing, though, Sinclair, that you know about were hyenas that may be of some concern. Were hyenas, generally speaking, don't rally around a female, at least in terms of their pack leader. Usually it's a male they rally around.
And also, there are more of these things down here. I'm going to be honest, guys. At my full strength, that took everything out of me. If we encounter any more of these before I can rest for a significant amount of time, I'm going to be all but useless.
Let's withdraw back to a safer spot and rest a bit then.
Hang on one moment. Corwin is still kind of going around the area and looking. Did we search these bodies?
They're wearing hyenas. They're not wearing any clothes.
Okay, I just want to make sure there wasn't any like jewelry or anything like that.
Yeah, they don't have any jewelry or anything.
Okay.
There's just the ripped up body of the person who may or may not be Frederick, and he is his clothes are all a mess, and yeah, he's been gnawed on. It's not great. The other thing which Saoirse reminds you of is that she again, it may have all been a ruse, but she did mention that there was others that potentially may have been taken. And also that even if there weren't, leaving were hyenas underneath tier like this might be a bad idea.
Do we have any sense if she was genuine in saying there were others?
I mean, she's kind of dead now, so it's a little bit hard.
Yeah, it could sort of be like insight after the fact, like as you go back
guess,
through a conversation.
I guess roll insight, sure. Okay. Man, that's kind of embarrassing for Chomo. Rolls less insight than Corwin. Did you by any chance take insight as a skill that you're proficient in, Corwin?
Yes.
Okay, was just curious because I didn't think you had that good of an insight. What is your wisdom?
1. 12
Okay,
wisdom.
all right. I mean, it's still not bad, all things considered. You guys got a good amount of starting points to distribute. So, other than Jomo's intelligence, you're for the most part no one's suffering from any negatives here. All right. You believe that she was genuine about there being others down here. But again, you can't say, obviously, whether or not. Yes, he's differently cerebral. You can't say for certain whether or not, they're still alive.
Okay, but it's definitely the sense that there were other humans or city dwellers, shall we say, down here.
Yeah. Again, the word that we'll use is just kith, I think, is probably the easiest
right.
word. We would use humanoids if this was any other setting, but you've got the thrycreans, so
Yeah, the whole kith and caboodle.
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, Corbin's kind of going around this area, and he's going to kind of look for a decent spot, preferably kind of close to the bodies. And he's going to attempt to shift some of the dirt and stone away, and then attempt to get the bodies into the pit, and then just have the mold earth just cover them back up.
Okay, the ground, although there is a fair layer of sand on it, within about a foot just becomes solid rock.
Okay, yeah, then he'll whatever like the nearest sort of like inconspicuous spot, like if it's up against a ruin or something, and then like get the bodies there and then just move the sand over top of them to hide them that way.
Okay. Sure. You this will require assistance for everyone because although none of you again are very good at strength, damn it, guys. No one here is good strength, and especially Jomo. Jomo is really missing out with the strength thing because I will note there is 2 very powerful perks that I have added to this game for if you're wearing heavier armor.
What perks?
Specifically, it's heavy
Where
armor.
are these?
They're in the feats. Also, remember last time I said I'm going to add in the feats? I already had added them in, so I just forgot I'd already done the work. So all the feats are added in already. So the feats are heavy. It's medium and heavy both have this. One sec, where did I put it?
I think you need high level to access those.
You
I
do.
don't even see feats.
It's under spells, feats, and powers.
Oh.
Heavy, like for example, heavy armor adept and heavy armor master, you'll notice they allow, unlike in typical games where you don't get any AC bonus, you can start getting AC bonuses from dexterities. And with the master one, you can just add your AC, your dexterity modifier.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it has a high buy-in. You have to have pretty good strength to, get them in their high level, but the AC would be kind of off the hook. Also, fire clerics specifically have a ability to add further to their AC based on whether they're wearing medium or heavy armor.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you look under fire cleric. So this would be under elemental clerics, under background and rule. Fire domain, infusion of flame.
Oh, right. That's good. Well, I could go for the medium armor one.
You could, yeah.
I have to be level 9 just to get the first level of it, though.
Yeah. So admittedly, we're still a bit a ways from it, but just something to keep in mind.
How are we doing? How are we doing attribute point things with the 2 classes and all that?
Right. Oh, damn it. That's I never ruled on that, did I?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't believe I did.
Because, like, for me, it's confusing because I have 2 different classes that get them at different levels. Because fighter gets extra ones, basically.
Okay. I would say that, well, if in the case of where you get them at different levels, you still get, I would say you get them all. Just for, if you get them at the same level, I guess you would get the full benefit. So I guess you could, in theory, get 4 attribute points, or you could get a feat and an attribute point, or 2 feats. Let me think on this a bit more, though. Okay.
I think that's what you did roll when we got to level 4.
That does
may have
sound
been
familiar, yeah.
That may have been what I did. So if that is the case, maybe just go back and check to see how you did your things there. Because if that is how I ruled in the past, then we'll just stick with that, and it'll probably be how I stick with it going forward.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way I have a 20, 2 18s, and a 16 without that being the case.
Okay. So, yeah, again, I'll just think on it a bit more, but that's probably how we're going to do it. I'm just going to grab a quick drink / get my nighttime pills, so I will be back. Actually, it's kind of bullshit now, because now I have 2 sets of pills I have to take at night at different times.
That does suck.
Yeah.
Quick drinking pills time. Quick drinking pills time.
Yep, I'll be back.
It is time for quick drinking pills. I think you're right. I think he did already decide that before.
Yeah, because I mean, I took Arcanist and Investigator to basically bump up. Each one of those gave like a +1 to intelligence, and then it had its own like feat things, you know, expertise in Arcana, expertise in investigation. So I'm sure that's how he did it. And he suggested like, oh, you know, you should really probably look at taking feats over just straight stat gains kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many stats we started off with.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I do. Probably, if I were to revisit that, I'd probably put some more into Constitution.
Because I have some pretty ridiculous stats. I have 3 20s.
I've got 2 18s and a 20. 12, 12, 10.
I've got 3 20s, and I also have 2 feats. So I don't know if he gave us a feat at first level too, didn't he?
Yes.
We start with 80 attribute points.
Were they distributed according to like a price schedule, or was it just distribute them straight across?
Just distribute them straight across.
Okay, back.
We're trying to figure out how we made our characters.
Okay. Sorry, this is completely on me for not codifying this.
When do you get attribute bumps?
Usually,
I guess it's different for
levels.
every class. Okay.
For most classes, it's every 4 levels.
Okay, I somehow have 92 total attribute points, so I'm either cheating or I did something
No,
wrong.
you got 90 to begin with.
The house rules say 80. But that may have changed at some point.
No, actually I remember I gave you guys 90. So, no, you're fine.
Really?
Okay.
Because I only have like 86.
Really? Then I must have.
Hold on, I might have added mine up wrong.
That sounds more like.
No, I have 88.
Okay, one sec. I'm checking. I'm going to check the emails and see.
It does say 80 here in your house rules
It does say that,
handout.
but I'm almost certain that I said 9. I gave you guys 90 in when we were talking about this in via email.
And then we had other
Yeah.
things that like added to them. I don't remember what my race added, and didn't I get a plus to something from like the tarot card thing or something?
True. Yeah, and I've got 90 exactly, and I would have, if we were to start with 90, I would have had more with at least the feats, and then probably the anima stuff.
Then I guess I must have said 80. Let me just double check some other things here.
I think our animus should probably just give us just like another 10 stat points this level. That would be nice.
Okay, yeah. Let me just.
Also, the music stopped.
God damn it! It's still playing for me. Ah.
Finding the old emails about it's going to be hard because there's a million emails in the Dark Sun campaign thread.
Yeah, I'm just doing a search to try and find.
I'm still scrolling.
Damn it. Okay, I guess I didn't say anything in the stats, so. God damn it. Okay. This is. Okay. If each. Alright. If you did begin with 80, then. The thing is, I distinctly remember saying 90, and I guess I must have said it, or. But I wrote down 80 here, so.
Well, hold on. Was it 80 or 90 and then you had to pay weird prices for the stats? Like
No,
it
was just you put them in, you just load them in however you wanted.
Yeah, I think the delta is these tarot cards, Scito. I'm reading through the stuff that I got from them, and it's starting to make more sense.
Oh, right, that's right. You have a thing that lets you add a special ability that lets you add bonus, but still, that should at this level it should only be.
I also had another one that gave me +1 to stat of my choice.
way back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you get up. Oh no, that's at level 5. So no, you get. So you can get an ability score, any score when you do a long rest, a +2 bonus. That's from your strength tarot card, and you you gain the feat alchem. No, wait, that's not yet. That didn't start yet. Huh. But that's all I'm seeing for bonuses, aside from what I would have given you, what you would have had from your classes and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I can go through and build it from scratch again and take a closer look at the emails before next session.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Okay, so Josiah
I
has.
did find an email from you
70,
from March 21st, 2018 that says we started with 80 points.
Oh, okay, then I guess that was what you start with. Weird. I was sure that it was 90, but okay. Then yeah, 80 points. Though then I'm not sure how Jomo has 88.
Well, there's racial bonuses, there's whatever bonuses we got from Terra
there's racial
things, and
bonuses.
then there's, I don't know, I might have put points into at least one of them when I hit level 4.
Okay, I mean that would work, I guess.
I mean, I'm not sure if things are...
Okay, so it looks like we may... Okay, good catch on this. This was a good question. We're finding out things that should have been... Wow, holy shit, this is a clusterfuck. Oh boy, okay. So yeah, I guess we'll have to go through things. If it said 80, then I guess. I just distinctly remember, because I distinctly remember thinking to myself that I want characters to begin like if they rolled well in Baldur's Gate, and that from back then, but no, I guess it must have been 80 then. I guess it doesn't matter anyways. If you're getting +4 attribute points for or /2 feats and whatever, you're still going to have a ton of attribute points. So yeah, just I guess treat it as 80 and go from there. So I guess guys, sorry, but I guess you'll have to go back through this after the session. Sorry about that one.
That's fine. I don't doubt that we're going to find other things that explain it too. I don't think all three of us would have messed it up to this level.
Yeah.
And I think you went through and checked every, more or less, certainly when we started.
Yeah.
And then every time we leveled up, you signed off on what we did. So I don't feel like we all just collectively missed this.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I mean, yeah, we'll figure this out though. For now, just continue with what you have.
Okay.
All right, so what we were doing, policing bodies or something?
Right. So you were all dragging the various bodies as if you want to God, it's an hour in, and well, I mean, there was a bit of a delay before we began, but and then we have still yet to do the first action other than the little checks and everything. Okay, if you agree with what Corwin's doing, so if you want to go along with his idea of gathering up the bodies and burying them. I will also say, Sinclair, that where hyenas have a really good sense of smell.
I just want to kind of leave the bodies and get out of here so we can go get some rest before we get attacked again. I don't think that we're going to be able to hide the bodies sufficiently that they're not going to find them.
I mean, well, I suppose. I mean, otherwise, there's always the option of just taking them with us if we really wanted to.
How much do they weigh?
They weigh a lot. They are significantly larger than you guys are. So we're looking at around 300 pounds each.
Fortunately, I have a vehicle that can hold 500 pounds. I mean, if we really want to tote them around somewhere.
So yes, he could do
Well,
that.
Jomo
I mean,
has
just-
idea. Jomo want us to just go leave where they are. When we come back, burn the bodies. And then maybe the fire attract the other ones and we can kill them too. But we should get some rest first.
Alright, I was just thinking we didn't want to potentially, well, have the pack or whatnot, assuming we kind of know there's more of these things around. Sort of be alerted to a hostile presence, but, alright, yeah, I mean, we can just go.
Okay.
I
So
am gonna try to cover our tracks as we go away, if it's possible.
Okay, that will be a survival check.
Boom.
Yeah, you covered the fuck out of those tracks. Yeah, you've done an extremely good job of covering your tracks.
You covered the track so well, the returning were hyenas are going to assume that this group simply fell into disarray and killed themselves.
Obviously suicide.
Yep, they used fire and other magics upon each other.
You never know what people are capable of.
All right, so where are you going, though? That's the question. Because this cavern does not have the whole lot in the way of places that are, enclosed or whatnot. Virtually none of the buildings, in fact, none of the buildings are enclosed completely.
How long did it take us to get here from the mummy room?
You want to go all the way back to the mummy room?
Well, I don't have a concept of what that distance is.
Okay, that would be going back several, actually probably more than 1,000 feet.
Doesn't seem that long.
But this is twisting through tunnels and things like that. You could, if you so want. Okay. Searshoe suggests that if you really wanted to go back, you could go back to that one room which had the corpse, or the skeleton at least, and the urn that you almost caused everyone to be set on fire with. You could go back there, and that might be a safe enough place.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right.
I just need to make a quick roll. Don't be alarmed.
How long do you guys need to rest for? I'd kind of like to rest for like an hour and a half to do 3 magical recoveries personally. But if you guys does anybody need to rest for like a full rest, or are we good with just?
Well, if we don't do a long rest, I won't really be able to impact these guys much.
You can't get all your points back from short rest?
No, the psionic points is the only way that I have right now of doing magical damage, and those only recover after a long rest.
Okay.
Okay, so is that the plan? You're going to head back to that area?
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're going. We're not sure how long we'll be there, but
okay.
That is the plan.
Right, you begin heading back and moving through the maze of broken and destroyed buildings and structures that you're not quite sure. Some of the architecture although much of the architecture looks like the Warrens did, the Warrens above does, and like the previous cavern did. There are some variances. For example, some buildings are made out of a stone that is clearly not native to the area, and you don't tend to see in the Warrens. When you're about halfway out of the cavern, you hear. Well, actually, everyone make a perception check.
Wow, that was really bad.
Well, I mean, so yeah, Corwin, you hear just something moving between a growling noise and something moving between the buildings, and when you look, you see a shadow approaching.
Does it seem like it would be a were-hyena-shaped shadow?
You know, I think this will probably answer the question the best of all.
It looks like we've got company.
Kind of was expecting something that had a bit more of an oomph to start off with. But here, this will also help explain it better. Yeah. Something's coming at you guys.
Seeing things begin to happen, Corwin is going to quickly.
Well,
let me.
You're gonna have to make your rolls first, I'm afraid.
I mean, seeing a shadow creep up.
I know, but you're gonna have to let.
You see a shadow creep up.
You're gonna have to let the initiative happen because it also saw you guys moving there. So, you know, we have to be fair to the were-hyena.
And
here.
we're not closing with it. It's closing with us.
Let's just roll those initiatives. The good news is that Corwin, I will say you are able to alert everyone, even though fucking Sinclair doesn't have to worry about it because he has the magical goddamn alert. In fact, isn't that what it's called? Just alert?
Yes.
And you just basically, it ruins surprise. I will say this. Even if a feat says all can never be, I'm going to say I will do it very rarely. But
That's
there will
fine.
be times when that doesn't hold true.
Yeah, I am never the kind of player that wants to hold the rules over the DM's head. Like, you're God. You get to do what you want.
I like to think of myself as just a friendly little helper angel who's doing all he can to make sure you guys get through this mess. Think of me like Searshoot, but not in a way that takes the traits that you deem annoying.
Does Corwin at least have a sense of how many of these things are approaching?
One.
Okay.
Let's just say that the fates deemed that you would be attacked, but thankfully it was by the least number that you can be attacked by, other than that weird monster from the Al-Qadim monster manual back in second edition, which was literally a creature which was half a man with little bat wings. It was really fucking weird. I'm sure it was something from Arabian folklore that TSR just had no idea how to translate into. I think they were called a Nassim. I can't remember.
Who the fuck has ever looked at the Al-Qadim monster man? I mean, I'm sure I had it back in the day because I did have the Al-Qadim shit. But I never even played Al-Qadim a single time. It was like...
I don't think anyone ever did. I think that it's just something that people say and they're like,
Was that the genie's curse? Al-Qadim, the genie's curse.
Was there a game?
Yeah,
I think there was a game.
There was a video game.
I did play through that.
Really?
Oh, so in fact, I believe means that Nox has played more Al-Qadim than virtually anyone else on this planet.
True. There's a slight chance I own that on GOG. Might have to stream some Al Qadim.
Nice.
Because I've bought some of the collections of the old D&D games from GOG, so that Al Qadim game could be in there.
Well, Corin, what were you worried about? This thing rolled worse than you did.
Nice.
Okay, so you are right now. What is your marching order? Let's get that first settled. How are you guys arranged? I will give you an idea of what the sort of area you're in. You're in a area that's about 15 feet wide, and it goes for a long ways in either distance from there. There's some spaces in between the buildings, and it's from one of these alleyways that the creature's coming at you. So how would you have arranged yourselves?
Well, we'd been walking 3 abreast whenever possible before,
Okay.
so...
All right. Well, this one is coming from the north. And so who is in the north?
Just roll randomly for it, probably, because we don't really...
Okay, let's find out who's in the north. Well, Sinclair, I'm sorry.
No worries. Let's do this. I'm going to bore him into submission.
Okay, so
you could
this
grapple him. Oh, you don't have good strength either, do you?
Yeah,
No.
And his stats might be about to get at least somewhat worse, depending on how characters are changed. So things might get slightly harder, or not. We'll find out. It'll be a fun adventure for all of us. But yes, I will definitely say if we're going with the 80 starting attribute points, then yeah, you guys get every damn attribute point from leveling up that you get. So if both classes at the same time give you one, that means you get 4 attribute points or a feat or 2 feats. So there's that.
Cool.
Now you guys should be loaded down with feats by the end of this. Or at least, or possibly a lot of attribute points. So it's going to attack you, Sinclair. You're thankfully not surprised, because both Corwin and because you have the ability of making shit up.
Yep, it's the most useful ability.
Okay, so it attempts to bite you, and it misses wildly as you're just able to easily dodge out of the way, and then its claws come out. And again, its claws aren't able to do anything to you. You're just able to dodge immediately out of the way of the attack. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because it's Jomo's turn first. What was I doing?
Aren't I surprised or something?
No, you're not. So just ignore that anyways. It's in fact it's still in the it is still in this nook to the north of you. You all have vision on it though. You can all see it. So it doesn't have any cover. But yeah, it's still in this alleyway.
How tall are these things, Scito?
They are about 7 to 8 feet tall, sometimes taller. Oh no, 8 feet is usually around the highest they get.
So it's like a large male were hyena?
It could be female. In fact, yeah, you know what? You see scarred teats. It's a female.
Oh, fuck. Our ability, like, we're kind of fucked here. Do you have any way to even hurt this thing, Tim?
I can throw a D10 at it.
Yeah, he can roll them d10s all day.
I have 2 first level spells, and beyond that, no way to hurt it.
Don't you have a cantrip that can hurt it? Isn't Radiant
yeah, I
Flame?
forgot. I do have cantrips. Never mind. We're good.
As long as it doesn't, get good rolls.
Well, I'm gonna cruise up on it and open things up with the burning hands, firing out flames in an arc before me.
And this time you don't want Sinclair in the path of it, or do you?
No, just the Warehyena will be fine.
You could delay action until I'm in position, but
Okay, so you're actually going to get right in front of the alleyway then, because that's the only way you can do. Well, I guess you could, if you wanted to, you could go off to the side, behind them, and you would still have vision on the Warehyena, and you would not be blocking off the alleyway for everyone. But then again, you might want to block off the alleyway. It's your decision.
I kind of want to get in its face to where I feel like it'll be more likely to attack me.
Okay, then in that case, you get right in its face. You run up on this thing, and it's scarred teats, and yeah, it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Feel the heat of the eternal fire! And I shoot out a jet of flames. It has to make a dex save.
And I believe that's a failure.
Yeah, it's a 15 DC.
Okay, roll damage.
So it's gonna take a big 8 fire damage.
Ooh, that's some damage there.
Suck it. That's all I can do.
Okay, so you run in front of this thing, and you let forth a gout of flame. Unfortunately, it's not quite as powerful as you might have hoped, but it still leaves the thing scorched to a degree. Now it has scorched scarred teats.
Okay,
Wow.
Scarred Teats is definitely the name of today's session.
I mean, we'll see. I'm sure there's plenty of magic that can happen here, and I'm loath to take anything away from Pillars of Eternity because I would feel like I'm stealing from it.
It was from Tyranny, actually.
Right. I think I said Pillars of Tyranny there, didn't I?
No.
Okay, I said Pillars of Eternity. Yeah, Tyranny. I'm good at talking. This has been an episode of in fact, a good title for this one might be the most well-run episode ever. Oh man. I can feel it. I can feel it in my scrot. Okay, Sinclair, it's your turn.
Okay, I want to do something. I would like to combine. I want to get your permission to combine Mind Thrust with an actual physical action.
Okay, but I will warn you that the actual physical action won't do anything to this thing.
I understand that, but Sinclair is kind of loopy, he's exhausted, and he had this idea that is definitely not going to work, but is a really good idea in his mind. So I want to see if I can pull it off.
I encourage this. In fact, depending on on what exactly you're suggesting, you might be getting an inspiration from this. So go ahead.
All right. So I am going to also rush up, get in its face, and Mind Thrust.
Okay.
So it needs to make a saving throw.
Sure does. Intelligence, right?
Right.
That makes it, doesn't it?
It does. But I'm doing it anyway. So as it reaches out to psionically strike his mind, Sinclair rushes up to the thing, smacks his hand as hard as he can against the creature's snout, puts his finger right up against the face and says, "No!"
Okay,
Nice.
Make an attack roll just to see if you actually are able to hit it with your hands, though. You probably hit it, but let's see. Oh, shit.
I'll burn inspiration. I don't care.
Okay, you know what? You don't have to burn a point of inspiration. I will say that you get a point of inspiration for doing that. So you're good there. You do that, and I mean, you can't really harm it permanently, but it feels pain, and it sort of looks back at you, and it's like, oh, and then it lets out one of those laughters.
Alrighty, that's it for me.
All right, Corwin, are you ready to do some major damage here? Because you're the one who has all the spells left.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, Corwin is off, I guess, a little further down the corridor, and you just see his hands and just this light kind of emitting from him. These hands kind of, it's almost as if he's washing the hands, but it's bathed in this energy. And just, once finally it reaches a crescendo. Gierda!
Okay. Now, that attack roll, are you happy with that?
No, I'm not happy with that.
Are you going to stick with it?
I suppose I am not going to stick with it.
Okay. In which case, if you burn a point of inspiration, you hit.
Thrilling.
Okay, so what, I mean, it doesn't really matter so much, but... Lightning, okay. So you let forth this bolt of lightning that arcs past Sinclair and Jomo and just strikes this thing straight on, and it's blown back a bit. You get the sense that you probably stopped its heart for a second there. And you just did a big 16 points of damage.
Back, you scurvy dog.
Okay, it's the were-hyena's turn. On the one hand, Jomo, but on the other hand, they did follow Lil to an extent, so it kind of, I think it might want to kill Sinclair here, so I think it's going to still try and attack Sinclair. Yeah. So here's a bite. That does not hit, though, does it?
Nope.
And here's a claw.
That definitely
Of
is.
course. All right, so it snaps at you, and you're just able to duck under it, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You just smack this thing in the nose. It's just this stupid animal, and then its claw basically comes from right under you and straight across your face, and you're going to take 16 points of damage. Oh shit, it rolled well.
Alrighty.
Ow. So, yeah, it just slashes you, and the good news is that you do have your psionically imbued temporary hit points. I'm still not sure what to rule on those, because on the one hand, it might seem overpowered. On the other hand, you are getting the shit kicked out of you a lot.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the were-hyena's turn. Jomo, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna... I'm going to... Hold on, I'm just checking to see if I have... I guess I don't really have anything. Okay, so I'm gonna, use... Do I want to use that, or do I want to use... No, I want to use Sacred Flame.
Okay, Sacred Flame.
So, Dexterity saving throw. for the creature.
And it fails.
8 radiant damage.
Yeah, doing max damage now. So yeah, flame extends out from your hands and descends on this creature, and this radiant flame of elemental energy just burns away at it, and this creature is looking pretty hurt now. Are you doing anything else?
I yell at it. Will happily kill you like I killed the rest of your pack.
It just does more of the cackling in response. Not gonna keep doing it because I'm sure it sounds like... I hate how my voice comes across in recordings. It seriously sounds like I have a horrible speech impediment. And I don't know why. In my head, my voice, I'm able to affect all these accents and things, and it's wonderful. And when I hear it being played back, I sound like I have a speech impediment. Yeah, basically, in my head, I am James Earl Jones. Yeah. It's not great. You know, when they were recording Darth Vader in the original series, because George Lucas even then was a dick, it was just that he had people above him forcing him not to do the crazy bullshit that he pulled later on. They actually had the guy who was playing Darth Vader, the physical guy, say all the lines, memorize and say all the lines. And they did not tell him until after they released
I've heard.
the movie.
I thought he was actually playing the character, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we voiced over everything." Fucking David Prowse got screwed.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's a good actor.
I know, right?
Although, I mean, James Earl Jones's voiceover for Darth Vader is pretty fucking iconic, so I would say they made the right decision, realistically.
Yeah, it's just, I wish they had told him at the time that they were gonna, voice over. I mean, I suppose they should have got him to say the lines anyways, because, just to make sure that he did the affectations and like that. It's just they should have told him that they weren't going to,
Yep.
Anyway, Sinclair, your turn.
All right, let's try and have him roll another intelligence saving throw.
He fails. Or she fails, I should say.
4 more points.
Oh boy. Okay, so
some.
you release another bolt of psionic energy from your mind straight at the creature, and it's unable to resist, and you see it sort of bleed a little bit from one of its ears as it lets forth more crazed cackling. Corwin, it's your turn.
He speaks in Draconic. And don't use the goddamn... 3 inspiration.
Okay, yep, 3 inspiration.
Psychic, like what I'm feeling.
Okay, yep. You do. So you really use your own psionic energy because although Sinclair is the one who specializes in using psionics, you both, Corwin and Jomo, have your own psionic powers, and they're actually nothing to be they're nothing to be taken There's nothing to sneeze at. So initially, it looks like this bolt that sort of is just flying and warbling all over the place is just going to miss it. But the last moment, you're able to sort of direct it straight into the creature's face, and she takes another 15 points of psychic damage. She is really wounded now.
That's
But
good.
she's going to continue her attack. And you know what? She's going to change it up. She's going to go for Jomo.
Yay.
First, with the bite attack, you batter away easily with your shield. And then its claws again. You don't even have to use your shield. You just step back and just let them miss you entirely. Jomo, it's your turn.
He said, come on, you can do better than that. I won't even use my shield next time. In fact, wait, this probably takes some kind of action that I don't have, but...
If you want to just drop your shield, that's a free action.
I'm dropping my shield.
Okay, your shield is dropped on the ground.
I'm trying to goad the thing to keep attacking me.
All right.
This is probably a bad idea, you guys.
I'm sure it'll all be fine.
And I'm gonna, Sacred Flame again. So that's another dex save for our friend.
It saves.
So it does nothing.
All right. So you again let forth a gout of flame that shines with radiant energy, but this time it just sails past the creature, missing it entirely. Sinclair, it's your turn.
All right. Like an annoying fly, you just can't seem to swat. I'm going to come at him with another mind thrust.
And it fails. Okay. Jomo's stats are correct. That's good. So, yeah?
Oh, yeah. No, if the attack fails, I'm done.
No, it failed its saving throw.
Oh, okay. Ha!
Okay. This thing looks on death's door, so this blast of psionic energy hits it again, and yet somehow it's still standing. It's sort of almost sort of dazed, standing there, its arms sort of hanging loosely back and forth. Its tongue lolling out to one side, but you can still see it's ready to attack. It's just very, very badly injured. Corwin, what you're gonna do?
I feel like this is a trap. Rapturus!
That
Amazing.
hits. It hits. And you did 5 more points of damage than you needed to kill it. But what kind of damage do you want to do and describe what happens? You can describe fully.
Feeling the bile that is rising up within his stomach, he just works out this loogie of acid blob that just goes on the creature and squeaks, and it hisses and into this awful puddle of goo.
That was a beautiful word picture.
Thank you.
It was.
And the creature is dead.
I hope you'll paint a painting of you vomiting on the hyena.
It could very well be a part of a retrospective.
It could be, especially if you're taking a long rest. I mean, you would have time to do a painting then. Well, I mean, technically you wouldn't, because that would be more than just gentle than light resting. But, you know. Anyways, you guys win.
Did anybody get hurt?
Yeah, I took 16.
Yeah.
I saved one spell for healing if need be, so I'll use it now, I think, just in case, before we rest if we get attacked again.
All right.
Well, how much health you got left?
21 points.
Maybe I should still save it in case I need to get somebody up if they go down or something. I like to save
That's
the last
fine.
one for that, so I'm not going to heal you right now.
Okay. So just to clarify, Sinclair, not worth it.
He just prefers to wait until I'm dead.
He prefers to also burn you. Remember that twice.
He's never been shy about talking about that, so I figure it goes with the territory. I mean, in his mind, he's blessed me like twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Blessing of flame.
Mm-hmm. All right. So after that match, which saw some very interesting rolls happening, you guys continue and you make it to the passage and to the room to the south without any further incident. So, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to spend both of my hit dice and meditate for a half an hour at least.
Okay. You do realize if you're going to do a long rest, though, then kind of don't need to spend those hit dice.
Oh, do you recover hit points on a long rest also?
Yes, you recover all of them.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, we should talk about what we're doing.
Well, I think we need to do a long rest because you got to get some of those side points back.
Yeah, so my only issue is that I'm up against a clock now of an indeterminate length.
That's what I was thinking too, is how long is it going to be before, but if I think it's going to be, we've got at least 24 hours.
And what's a long rest, 8?
I mean, can I try to assess him more carefully to determine how long he's got?
And you did that before, but you can make another medicine check. There it is.
We're used to. Do you want to help me?
Yeah, if I can.
I mean, I don't know if you can help with yourself, but maybe you can self-diagnose a little bit.
I would say Corin would need to help you.
You want to try to help me?
Well, I don't really have much training in this, but sure.
Okay, let's say that Corwin gives you a additional +2 to your roll. Okay. So looking at Sinclair's condition, you think that although the curse has taken hold of him in a sense, it's in his veins, he actually is resisting it fairly well. So you think he might have on the longer end in terms of how long he's got.
So like 2 or 3 days?
Something like that, potentially.
I think it will not change you for a couple of days at least.
Okay, this is good news.
I mean, is it going to be like super sudden, like we're walking along and all of a sudden instantly? Or is it like, oh, we can see it starting to happen and we could like rush back up to town or something?
It would be more the latter. Although the onset would still be fairly rapid. It wouldn't be just, I tried to snap my fingers and utterly failed. It wouldn't just be instantaneous.
I mean, so yeah, if we see you starting to change, we could try to get back up to the city as quickly as possible if need be. Or I'd have the scroll if we have to use it.
true. An emergency situation, you could use the scroll.
Okay, well then in that case, I need to sleep.
All right, resting for 8 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Let
we
me
have
just
to
do-
keep a watch, and whoever's on watch needs to keep an eye on Sinclair as well, just to make sure he's not fanging out or something.
Don't we hand wave that with Fenris?
Yeah,
Kinda-
Corin's going to have
Fenris
Fenris
does
stand
have that
guard.
ability to do that, yeah. Though, of course, it still might not be as good a watch as one of you guys doing it, since you probably have a higher passive perception than Fenris does.
I
But,
trust Fenris.
all right, let me just make another roll, which you don't have to worry about. Okay. So you begin to rest, and I
Also,
fantasy.
I want to clarify. We're taking a long rest, but after 30 minutes, I'm using magical recovery, and after another 30 minutes, I'm using it, and after another 30 minutes, I'm using it. So if we,
I'm not really. I'm not really sure it works like that, though.
what do you mean? You aren't short rests effectively encapsulated within a long rest?
I mean, okay. I will say for now. Okay, an hour passes. And you hear the sounds of something. Joma will say you're on watch, or no, Fenris can be on watch. He'll hear this. Hears the sounds of cackling coming down the hallway.
Is Corwin alerted to this?
Corwin is immediately alerted to this, yes.
Okay. Corwin will spring up, and he's going to shoot 3 scorching rays right down where he hears it.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do that before you can actually see the things? You can do it, but they're...
I have a feeling whichever way I answer that, I'm going to be damned. Fine, he will wait.
Okay, so...
Those are some damn good rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm keeping those. I'm keeping those for the next turn.
oh, if only it worked that way.
Even if you had disadvantage on all 3, you still would have hit, basically.
I'm sure this is a diplomatic envoy that's coming for us.
Maybe it's Ludo Luco. Definitely his name.
No, I'd still
Luku,
rather it be where hyenas.
Luco. It's not that hard, and I know you mess up the name just to spite me. All right, I'm going to get a drink because for some reason my room is very hot despite the fact I have the window wide open and it's January. I will be right back. So just, I guess, strategize, think about nice things.
Right.
The good think about it this way. The less of those creatures there are in there, I mean, you're essentially drawing them out. You're doing it piecemeal,
So we're drawing from a finite number of them? This isn't just infinitely spawning?
Okay, I will say you this. There is a finite number of them.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah. I will be back.
The bad news is that finite number is 250.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we've had an hour, that means we completed 2 short rests. So you do get some stuff back, even if you don't get all the things you need. I need another term for something like January for a different month that isn't January.
But you still want to project the idea of playing non-violent adventure games?
Yeah, for a month, but not in January. But, you know, I can't really think of anything. I mean, like, you just change the month of June to Jane, but that's too. Plus, January, I didn't really like Jane that much anyway, because nobody really understands the concept on that one that much anyway. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, man? We're playing some D&D. I'm all right. I'm gonna get a little ice. Hashtag ice time. It's ice time. It's ice time. It's ice time. It's ice time. Ice time. Ice time. Get it time. Ice. I'm back. RC stuff on the home track. Cool. Finished a long week working at home. Yeah, I haven't seen you streaming a lot.
Wasn't expecting this much comment, but so yeah, things are coming in Division. It's
Gonna play some Cyberpunk?
not great.
Cool. I've been playing it too.
It's not as bad as it could be, though, and there's a reason for this. In fact, this ordinarily would have been worse.
Corin will tell them that the others, that we have company.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need you all to roll initiative.
Man, I need a magic weapon. Is there a cleric spell that just makes your weapon magical that's low level that I forgot about?
I don't believe so.
There is a spell magic weapon. I want to say it's like 4th.
I mean, I know there used to be in old editions. I didn't know if there was now. Magic weapon. It is a 2nd level spell, but it's for paladin and wizard.
Damn.
Pass of February.
Are you thinking of trying to make up January? Also, no.
Yeah, I need it.
What is happening?
Wow, that initiative. PS5 oh, it got a big update. That's awesome. Hopefully it runs really good now, or better. Yeah, I want a new January in some other month that isn't January. Or February, probably.
Okay, so you are in a corridor that is about 15 feet across. So actually you're in pretty similar conditions, although you're in the room at the end, which is about 30 feet by 20 feet, and you see these two things coming down the hallway, barreling at you.
How far is the opening in that room? Like, how wide is the opening?
It's 15 feet. When you see them, they are about let me see. Yeah. They're about 40 feet away from you when you see them. Coming down at you. Do you want me just to assume a random configuration, or how do you guys want to array yourself in the room?
I mean, I think just a random configuration, yeah.
Okay, random configuration. All right. So in that case, Sinclair, it's your turn.
Random
Only you had the-
configuration. Yeah, I'm like halfway stuck in the wall. Is this a random Bethesda game configuration, or...
Hey, Bethesda's gotten a lot better with that.
All right, I'm going to move forward, try and position myself between the oncoming hyenas and everyone else, and take the dodge action.
Okay, so how far ahead do you want to move forward?
10 feet.
Okie dokes. You move 10 feet up, and you take the dodge action. Okay. But... Sorry, I shouldn't have said but. That was the wrong conjunction used there. So, Jomo, it's your turn.
Alright, so... We're like in a little dead end, right?
Right.
And the hallway is 15 feet across?
That's right.
And they're coming from like 40 feet away?
That's right.
There's no other choke points or anything, right?
Nope. Also, wrong music. This is called Battle, and yet has the least battle-y opening. So what do you want to do?
I'm thinking.
What I rolled, by the way, was a 100, which was not the roll you wanted, but it's the roll you deserved. Or what fate decreed, or whatever.
And where is Sinclair standing now?
He is 10 feet ahead of you, over to your left.
Is he next to the wall, or is he in the middle of the...
He is in the middle.
I'm thinking about using something I swore I wouldn't use again.
Okay.
Here's what I'm thinking. Just let me know that if I'm picturing this correctly. If I move up next to Sinclair, the two of us are mostly blocking the hallway, but there would be like a 5-foot gap over to the side of us, right?
Right.
And if I were then to cast Flaming Sphere...
Okay.
In the center of the hallway, in front of us, you know, not right next to us, but just slightly past that, if any creature came into a position to attack either one of us, they would have to be ending their turn within 5 feet of the sphere, right?
Yes, you could arrange it that way.
Alright, I'm going to do that.
Alright, so you're going to move up 10 feet, and then...
Cast Flaming Sphere in the middle
Alright.
of the hallway, but...
Let's see that flaming sphere.
But far enough ahead of us that it's not burning us, obviously.
Alright. So let's do the spell, and...
Alright, there you go.
Okay. 5-foot damage... 5 feet of the sphere. Yeah, you can just place it right ahead of you, and yeah, you've basically blocked out a 15-foot by 15-foot area.
Now, did you also put us within 5 feet of that sphere?
No, basically there's a 5-foot gap in between us and the sphere.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, this flaming sphere, which is very surprised it's being used again, forms right out about 10 feet in front of Sinclair. And you can feel the heat from back where you are, but it's not hot enough for it to burn you. So, where Hyena 1 is going to come down, and it's basically going to sort of maneuver its way around the sphere, and it's going to start with Sinclair because it smells blood. Bite misses entirely. Sinclair is able to just dodge right out of the way. Claws misses entirely. Again, Sinclair, you're just able to completely dodge out of the way of it. The second were hyena is
hold on.
going
Is
to...
it ending its turn next to the sphere then?
Right, it is ending its turn in the sphere. So it has to make a
It's a dex
dexterity
save, yeah.
saving throw. And it makes it.
So it still takes half.
Alright, let's see that damage.
So 3 fire damage for you.
Yeah. This thing, it knows it's going to die in a period of time, which may or may not be within,
Yeah, it is.
the time of this battle. Okay, second were hyena runs up. It's coming on you, Jomo. First, the bite. Bite, you just batter away with your shield. And the claws miss you entirely. Okay, Corwin,
Is
you're
it going to
about...
make a saving throw as well?
Oh, right, yes. And it makes it.
Another 3 fire damage for you then.
Singed hair, the smell of it fills the air. Corwin, you are now 15 feet away from either of these creatures, and with Jomo and Sinclair basically standing in the way.
Okay. Is there one that's directly in front of the sphere?
There is one that is directly in front of the sphere, yes.
Okay. Corbin will increase the heat.
Okay. Create bonfire for a big 4 points of damage. All right, let's see if it succeeds on a dexterity saving throw. It does not, so it's going to take that big 4 points of damage.
The bonfire will persist.
Yes, it will. All right, so again, this bonfire appears beneath the creature, and it screeches as the hot embers fly up into its face and burn its feet. And then again, it lets out another horrendous cackle. Sinclair, it's your turn.
Scito, what's your ruling if a creature enters the flaming sphere?
It would basically just sort of move through it, as if it had moved through a wall of flame sort of thing.
So it would take the damage, or have to make the saving throw at least? That's, I guess, what I'm getting at.
I didn't think you could move through it. Can you?
Well,
if you ram a sphere into a creature, that creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stuff's move.
My question is, what if I ram the creature against the sphere? Is it the same thing?
I guess it would be the same thing, yeah.
Okay. I am going to make 3 unarmed strikes against the creature in front of me.
Okay, go ahead. All but the last hit.
That creature must now make a strength saving throw, DC 15.
And it makes it.
All right, that's it for me.
Jomo, it's your turn.
That's a good try. All right, let me ask you something. All right, assuming that's a 9x9 grid of squares, if we were looking at a grid.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Assuming that myself and Sinclair are in 8 and 9, and
Okay.
the sphere is in 2, and the bonfire would then be in 5. Which two squares are the Wehrheim is in?
5 and 6.
Okay, so 4 is the one that's empty, and 7 is the one that's empty as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Which one is me and which one is Sinclair between 8 and 9? Oh, he said he was in the middle, so I must be 9.
That's right.
Okay. Then, I'm gonna hit number 5.
Okay.
The guy in the middle. The guy that's standing on the bonfire, I guess, right?
Yep.
Ooh, hold on. Maybe? No, that won't work. All right, I'm just gonna strike with my G against the guy in the one in the middle.
Your what? You're gonna strike with your what?
Ah, fuck, my G is broken. I'm gonna strike with my obsidian short sword.
Okay. All right.
Fuck.
That hit.
It hits with a 12?
No, it doesn't. It just misses with the 12. Well, I'm not quite sure what. Oh, you were probably gonna do Chaos Weapon or something.
Yeah, I am gonna do Chaos Weapon. I'm using Inspiration.
Okay. Then you scored a critical hit.
Yes, I will take the critical hit. What do I roll?
Okay, then it should be a 1d4, but let me just always have to double check. Yes, it is a 1d4. Your weapon doesn't break amazingly.
All right, I'll take the critical from the Chaos Weapon as I send a powerful surge of burning white heat through the blade.
All right, let's see what this does.
20 radiant damage.
Damn! Okay, so you strike this creature, stabbing it with your short sword, and then you allow your chaotic energies to just flow forth through the blade, turning it white hot, and the creature screams as its flesh sizzles as radiant energy burns it from the inside, and you do 20 points of radiant damage.
And as a bonus action, I will then ram the sphere into it, so it needs to make a dex save.
Okay. It fails.
So it takes another 8 points of fire damage.
Okay. It is now looking fairly wounded. Much of its hair has been burnt off, and it's just this horrible scarred mess now.
All right.
Is that it?
Let's double down. Action surge.
Oh boy.
Attacking with the short sword again.
All right.
Oh, nothing this time.
Yeah.
That's okay. I did fine. I'm done.
You did. You did good. So, Warehouse number 1 is it will actually turn its attention, I think. Well, first off, is it going to move? Because yeah, I guess it is. It doesn't want to be standing on the bonfire, so it's going to move over, provoking an attack of opportunity from you, Jomo.
Excellent.
Of course, that doesn't really matter.
I can use Chaos Weapon on that, though.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So take another 10 radiant damage.
All right, it screeches as you slash across it, and then this burst of flame appears along where you struck it. The radiant energy is burning away more of its hair and just leaving it more and more like this, like a hairless chihuahua sort of thing. It's not pretty. And now it's going to attack Sinclair.
So where does it move to?
On your grid, it has moved to 7. I mean, not 7, to 4.
Oh, so it moved away from both of us?
No, it moved to the left.
Just wanted to visualize this again.
It was at 5, it moved to 4.
Oh, right, to get off of the bonfire, and that's why it provoked an opportunity attack from me. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
All right, so here comes the bite. Misses entirely. You barely have to do anything to avoid its attack. It's half crazed and it's really non-control its faculties anymore. Here comes the claw. That, on the other hand, does hit. So you're going to take
Music stopped, by the way.
7 points of damage.
Got it.
All right. Where hyena number 2?
Wait.
Oh, and as it turns in the sphere, so yes, it. I should have actually had, since it was already provoking an attack of opportunity, I should have moved over one more, but I didn't, so it's going to still take its damage. So it succeeds on the. So it only takes 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. It still is looking incredibly badly hurt. Were hyena number 2 is going to attack Jomo. Missing with the bite. And missing with the claws. So, yeah, and it's going to end its turn inside the flame. So, fails its saving throw. Nice.
We finally found a situation where Flaming Sphere is useful.
Yay! Okay, so it takes 9 points of damage as this heat from the sphere burns away more of its flesh, though it's still looking fairly hardy. Corwin, it's your turn, and now one of them is not covered by your allies at all.
Yeah, Corwin will raise a hand and kind of hold a fist, clenching some energies in it before releasing it.
All right, that hits.
I clicked, but it's not going.
Here, let me. And you're casting at level 1?
There we go.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Okay, so what damage and how do you want to do this?
That's got to be thunder.
Okay.
So yeah, suddenly Corwin's holding this energy out. Razzle dazzle, snap and snazzle. I send this bolt of might to frazzle. And all of a sudden it connects with this creature and boom! And there's where hyena bits go flying.
Sinclair is absolutely covered in were hyena right now. Charred were hyena. It is horrifying smelling.
Now that's a shock to its old limbic system.
Yeah. Sinclair, it's your
Nice.
turn now.
Okay, so I am going to dodge as a bonus action and mind thrust the remaining were hyena.
Okay, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Right. It fails on its save. Oh, big 4 points of damage.
Huge 4 points of damage coming at this as yet uninjured hyena.
Actually, has been injured, but no, you smack it with a bolt of psionic energy, and it steps back a bit, dazed, before coming back and sort of lolling its tongue out and laughing again. Jomo, it's your turn.
Alright, I hold aloft the short sword. I allow a radiant flame to surround it and then shoot out in all directions, searing only those that I choose. Be
Okay.
purified by the power of fire! And I do my channel divinity, so it needs to make some kind of save. Con save, I think?
Show what Radiant Flame does.
Yeah, it's a con save.
Okay. And it fails.
So 11 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Okay.
And... Or go ahead.
Okay. No. Go ahead. It's radiant energy issues forth, and it scorches the creature horribly. So it's got fire in front of it and fire behind it.
As it's recoiling from that fire, I also choose to use a bonus action to ram the sphere into it as well, so it also has to make a dex save.
Okay. Which it fails.
So another 4. Thanks, Flaming Sphere.
But you know what? That's enough to make it such that it now appears fairly wounded.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right. We're in number 2, coming in at Jomo. Or, yeah, it's just going to keep... It's at this point, it would be risking too many attacks of opportunity, and it doesn't want to do that. It saw what you did to the other one. It's just going to take the damage, and it's going to try and bite you and slash you. So let's hear how the bite goes. Yep.
Okay.
Well, you do have something that could prevent this, I suppose.
As a reaction, I call forth a shield of flame to
Okay.
flare up and interrupt its attack.
All right, it's going to roll again. Let's see what happens. All right, yeah, that was a good that was a good move. It comes in to bite you. It looks like it's going to get you, but you put your hand directly in front of it, and a gout of flame just bursts into its mouth, singeing its insides, and it howls before then resuming its oft cackling.
What's the matter? Can't take the heat, puppy.
And now it's going to try and slash you.
Now it crits me.
Yeah, well, it didn't crit you. It did not crit you. But you are going to take some damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that one.
Oh, minimum damage. So yeah, it just manages to nick you with its claws for 4 points of damage.
Alright, I gotta make a concentration check.
True.
I guess I
And
got
you
it.
super succeed. Corwin, it's your turn.
Okay, Corwin follows his thunder attack up with another one.
All right.
Obviously out of the range of us.
Okay. And within range. And what is the range of this? Oh, 60 feet. Okay, sure. And it will make a con save. Which it fails.
Okay, it reels from 15 thunder damage.
Yep. It just... You see this skin on it ripple from the energy. And also, I forgot. It also ended its turn in the flaming sphere, so... But it succeeded on the saving throw, so just... oh, not bad. Okay, so still whinging from the burn that it just got, you suddenly release this burst of energy behind it, and you can hear some bones cracking inside of it. Sinclair, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I suppose we should attempt to psionically thrust at its mind.
All right. It will make its save, which it fails. And that is exactly what you needed to roll. How do you want to do this?
All right, so as this thing has been battered around by the very air around it, bathed in flame from every direction, Sinclair just turns to it and an exasperated yell screams, "I said no!" And the thing crumbles to the ground.
And so it does. And you have defeated the were-hyenas. So you have 2 were-hyena bodies there now. Or rather, you have 1 were-hyena body, and also you're covered in guts and everything, Sinclair. And it's horrifying smelling. It smells of rotted carrion, which you imagine is probably from its stomach.
Yeah, I'm going to try and clean up. This is why I have an extra set of clothes.
Are you looking pretty hurt?
Yeah. I'm down 30 points.
Alright, I'll cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on him.
Corin will also purify the area and the bonfire light.
That's 12 points. Wait, what's this? Purify the air? Oh, shit.
Clean, the prestidigitation clean.
Nice.
Okay.
And make nice fragrances.
Yes, suddenly it doesn't smell so horrible. You're still covered in guts and everything, but now they smell lovely.
Can you prestidigitate clothing?
Yeah. Yeah, you can remove soil, all that kind of stuff.
Again, it admittedly, you could go working at like the Shining Sands in Tyr, and you probably make a killing because their whole thing is they wash clothes.
Yes, I'm sure they would accept spellcasters there.
That is admittedly the downside.
It is a proprietary cleaning method. Using only the finest natural organic ingredients.
All right. So yeah, you get back 12 points of health, Sinclair, and Corwin prestidigitates you clean.
Maybe now we should draw back to the mummy room to keep resting. What you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll have to remember that trap sequence.
Don't worry, I won't make you say what you have to do again.
Oh yeah.
So you crawl back under the rubble, make your way back along the corridor, avoiding the trap floor in the middle, and then the spikes on the side, and then you get back into the mummy room. Strangely enough, the safest room that you've been in. Well, now at least.
Hopefully there are not too many more of these things. You know how big their packs tend to be? Is there any kind of skill check I can make for that?
Nature. Okay. You know that their packs can vary in size. Usually, though, there are no more than 20 individuals in a pack. You have killed 7.
Could be maybe 20 or less. Could be less. I don't know how many we killed.
We killed 7, so there are maybe twice again as many as we've already killed.
We are lucky and not had to face too many at once.
Yeah. All right. So, are you going to take a long rest there?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to take a short rest first. Can we get 30 minutes?
Sure, if you want.
I mean, we're gonna take a long rest, but I mean, I just want. Do we get 30 minutes at least uninterrupted?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And you take your long rest. Are you guys doing anything at all during this long rest, or just resting?
I'll do magical recovery for the last time after the first 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I'll also do second wind. And what? There's no way to secure this room. I mean, this room has like a big, wide opening into it too, right?
Right.
And traps. Don't forget traps.
It does have traps.
How big is the area that you can go through that's safe from the traps?
It is about 20 feet across. So the area that's actually safe is cumulatively 10 feet. When you first start bypassing the first trap, it's 5 feet on either side, and then you have to go into the middle, so it's 10 feet going in. So the area that's safe from traps is about 15 feet. Or, sorry, 1 sec. It is about 30 feet, rather. 15 feet was the range in which the mummy stopped triggering.
But you said there's an area where you only have a 5-foot path on either side of the trap, right?
Right.
Alright, cool. I've got 5 things of caltrops. I'm gonna put some caltrops down on either side of the trap in those 5-foot areas.
Okay.
Scito, I have an alchemist's kit. Do I have the ability to attempt to make alchemist's fire using that kit?
You would need to get the ingredients to do so, which are sadly not available here.
All right, then, yeah, I will just be resting during this rest.
Okay. And 8 hours pass, and nothing happens. So, restore all your
Yay.
health. Restore all your health. You get back half your hit dice, and all your abilities are once again refreshed. It is also now about 10:45 p.m. on Horde the Second.
How many hours has it been since Sinclair got infected?
It has been about 9.5 hours.
I'm just going to inspect him again, just to, make sure he's not looking noticeably worse or anything.
All right.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, sure. Or, no, you don't really need to roll.
Okay.
But you did, and you got, of course, when you don't need to, you roll really well. Yeah, he's still looking fine. There's clear evidence that the curse is in his system, but he does not appear to be any the worse aware for it.
You seem to be doing okay.
Good to know.
Progressing slowly, I think.
All right. So, now what do you want to do? I will say with your earlier nature check, one thing you do know, and this may also play into finding those other people who may or may not be dead, you do know this. If an alpha dies, it oftentimes causes the pack to scatter when it is not another were-hyena which did the deed.
But we don't think that any of the ones we've killed so far is alpha, right?
No.
Should we go try to hunt the rest of them? Or what you want to do?
Yeah, we still have to make our way through this place, so I think it's best we start out now.
All right. So are you heading back to that cavern?
Yep, back to the cavern.
All right. You are able to navigate fairly easily back to the cavern. Nothing attacks you, thankfully.
Nice.
Before we do that, I'm gonna recollect my caltrops, of course.
Okay, that takes about 10 minutes. And yeah, you have your caltrops back, and you're heading into the cavern, and you're able to work your way back to where you had killed Lil and the other were-hyenas. And upon reaching there, you find that their bodies are still there, but there's been clear evidence of something's been eating them.
I want to look around for tracks. What kind of tracks are around?
All right, that's a survival check. Or perception. Survival or perception. Yeah, there we go. It's hard to tell. There's been a great deal of sand kicked around in this area, so you're not sure which tracks are fresh and which are not. Okay. On the other hand, Sinclair and Corwin are able to make that these tracks appear to be coming somewhere to the north of where you are.
And what does the north look like?
From where you are, it looks like it extends for another 50 feet or so more, just sort of trying to look up over the ruins. And from there, it seems to hit a point at which the ruins are just this complete mass of rock and rubble that you think that from the light of several torches that have been placed in the area, it leads into some sort of passage.
Some sort of passage.
I will also note that you hear the odd cackle every so often, and out of the corner of your eye you see something, but nothing appears to be attacking you.
Maybe we can lure some of them somehow.
Lure some of them, you say? That could be interesting.
Do we see any areas that look kind of more defensible in these ruins?
they're kind of just this mess of buildings that have fallen apart and the like. So you could, in theory, stage an ambush, but the problem is that you need to know exactly where these things will be coming from. I will say that if you go forward a bit and you can use your perception rules from before, it does appear that a lot of track. Can anyone hear that?
Can you
I
hear
heard
what?
something that I don't know what I heard.
It was that outside.
I didn't hear
I-
that.
Okay, that was weird. So you're able to figure out that the tracks all appear to be leading into this area. So you're fairly certain that this must be a area they use a lot. That this passage. So
What you
what do
wanna
you
do?
do?
I have a question, Scito.
Sure.
Just in terms of the organization of the handouts, is there any reason why we couldn't have the spells, feats, and powers section moved down into the rules section?
No, we could do that. Sure.
Because otherwise we're just scrolling back and forth between the two, or at least I find that I'm doing so. I mean,
Okay.
unless you had a specific reason for having it up there.
No, that was just where I put them. So, do you guys want me to move it down there?
I'm fine with that either way.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's not a big deal. I just...
Okay. I'll move it down there, and you guys can tell me if that works for you. There.
Oh my god, the spells and feats are gone. Thanks. That's fine
No
with you
problem.
guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I was just getting caught up on some notes. So, what the situation? We're back in the cavern. There's no real good place to ambush them because we don't really know where or how they're moving, and we're seeing the what are we seeing signs of them in the shadows throughout the cavern or at the edges or
They appear to be moving just at the edge of your vision. You're not sure how many there are. Um, you would guess there's at least 2, but there may be more.
I mean, I suppose I could try drawing some of them out. I mean, I might possibly be able to get them to fight with each other. Sort of like a bit of a political. Well, I don't really know if where hyenas have a political structure or not, in per se, but still, it might still be able to do something.
Are you going to make them storm the capital or something?
Well, I could make myself appear as a were-hyena and declare myself as one of their alphas and have them other ones gather to me and say that the current alpha is being really tyrannical and ridiculous in his rule and that I'm going to be taking over.
Perfect. What could go
Okay.
wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
I'm going to give him guidance for this.
All right, if you want to do this, go ahead.
Sure. Okay, so Corbin concentrates and changes into a were-hyena, but not actually. Ironically, he's shifting into a shifter, but in a different shifty way.
It's very, very complicated. Well, that aquatic adaptation, that's going to come in handy one of these days, I tell you.
Okay, so yeah, Corbin will go ahead and stride forward and
Okay,
come to me.
Harry,
I am Lupus Arcadius. I declare myself alpha of this tribe. Come and we shall depose the other one.
Okay, before you do that, your basic shape can't change, so a were-hyena would change your basic shape.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got two arms. It's got two, hands or claws.
Okay. That's still, like, you could make the same argument that a bear has the same thing. But if you turn...
I suppose. I mean...
Yeah, it's a little too different. You can't quite change that much.
Okay, scrap that plan.
But, good try. Alright, so what do you want to do now? Plus, you'd also have to grow claws, and that's, of course, that's a different thing entirely. Anyways, so yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I have a question. I'm looking at the elemental spells handout, and it says Flame Blade is cast by clerics, druids, and sorcerers. Normally it's not available to clerics, it's only for druids. So does that mean that I do have Flame Blade as one of my options?
Yes, Flame Blade is available to you.
Alright, so can I change out and memorize that after our rest, or is it too late?
Sure. We'll say that you did that.
Cool, thanks.
Sirshu, at this point appears and she says, at this point, it would seem that you sort of have a decision ahead of you. If you're concerned about the other people that might be down here, or you're wanting to take out the Alpha, doing it now while you're, as healthy as you can be, this seems like the best chance. On the other hand, we aren't technically being paid for this. This is not the service we're performing, so we could always just leave this cavern. Try and find a way out into wherever this Kadir is hiding.
I thought the only way out, and this is an out-of-game question for you, Scito, I thought the only way out was just the same place where these creatures went.
It may be. So she concedes that, if you mention it to her, she concedes that they may be the one in the same place. But I'm going to say that from the torches and you believe there's another passage to the east. At least one other passage to the east. So it's up to you.
Well, because you two will have to do the heavy lifting, I mean, I'll be able to do some things, but not much, and it won't be nearly as effective as normal. What do you think? I mean, part of me wants to skip this to get back to the business at hand. The other part of me doesn't want to leave these creatures here to kidnap whoever they want with impunity and possibly come back and track us down and, I don't know, flank us with whatever we happen to be fighting further into this place.
Is it possible that they still have some people we could rescue?
I mean, I don't know. The human that was dead here was certainly a real human, and even though Lil's story turned out to be false, it's very possible that she was just using the truth. Those are the best lies.
I think we should kill them.
Corwin?
Well, I really don't care for this place either way. It really doesn't matter much to me.
Do you have any spells that could imbue Sinclair with magical damage?
Imbue with magical damage.
Like, you don't have the magic weapon spell, right?
No.
Or anything else like that could let him do magic. I was looking at Flameblade. I can't give it to him, but I could use it.
Unless I could give him a focal weapon, one of my focal weapons, then no.
No, you can't give him a folk weapon. Very soothing music for making this decision.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do, but I say we try to kill their alpha.
Okay, let's get after it.
All right. The way to adventure is what lies ahead. Sorry. Anyways, so there's a passage that is approximately 20 feet wide that leads between these two areas. There is a couple of points at which are blocked by rubble, and so are sort of choke points. So are you just going to continue that way? And if so, what's your marching order?
Jomo, do you want to go ahead, or is it better for you if I do?
I'll go ahead.
All right, so Jomo, Sinclair, Corwin would be the marching order. Unless, Corwin, are you getting messed up by line of sight issues? Do you want to try something closer to the front, or?
Considering that I have only a +1 to con, I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay.
He is a squishy boy. Okay. In that case, as you're making through one path that's by this cart that's alongside the wall, Jomo, you hear a snapping noise. A very familiar snapping noise. So, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to use inspiration?
No.
Okay. So the cart appears to actually have been set up in such a way that pivoting on its wheels, there's this spring-like action to it, and the cart itself, the bed of it has been lined with pointed sticks, which slam into Jomo, dealing this much damage.
Ouch.
12 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah, that was near full damage.
Ugh.
Yeah, it is quite painful. One of the pieces of wood lodges itself in your side, and scrapes past your neck. Thankfully, the damage, you're able to stave off most of the damage. Your armor absorbs many of the spikes, and others just weren't placed in very well, so they simply fall off.
So I'm trying to extricate myself from these spikes.
All right, you are able to do so. Lest we forget, under tier is full of traps.
I'll go ahead and just use second wind right now
Okay.
to take a breather after that. Try to sort myself out.
All right.
And heal myself for 12 exactly.
Yeah. Works out great. All right. You continue onward, and you eventually bypassing this trap now. And after another 30 or so feet, you enter a chamber, which appears.
Sorry.
Oh,
Ignore that.
are you using chaos weapon on yourself or something?
Yes, I'm chaos weaponing myself while I'm no.
Okay. So in it, you see multiple torches set up on poles in the center of this cavern. This cavern appears to be about 80 feet. At least you're assuming. Jomo, you're sort of able to tell thanks to your dark vision and. Oh wait, you have your ultra bright thing, so you can see everything basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this.
effectively have 60 feet of bright light for myself. 40
I mean,
feet for
if
them.
you have your talisman out.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to see if I didn't, right?
Okay, sure. So this place is about 80 feet by 60 feet, and it is covered in bones. They're just strewn everywhere, and bits of debris. Clothing, various trinkets and stuff litter the ground. And you then hear a voice. Managed to kill many of my pack, but delicious flesh, not dead and rotted, not hard and scentless like those that bitch touches. Succulent. And from behind a rock comes a very large hyena covered in scars.
Scarred teats or just scarred packs?
Just scarred packs. Now I feast.
Who
And
are you talking about? Before you kill us, you said somebody. I'm just gonna get some information here.
yeah, he's not in an information giving mood. So it's battle time again. Battle time for good boys and girls.
Dang, 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 dang.
All right, so yeah. First off, how have you guys arrayed yourselves?
I don't know.
Are you in single line or you're marching abreast?
Yeah, we're always marching side by side if we can.
Okay. In that case, just roll initiative. Oh, Nox.
When we
Okay.
enter combat with this guy, does like a boss bar appear at the top of our screen?
No, sadly, this is not the Souls series. This is not the Soulsborne games. All right. So this hulking beast, is coming right at you, Sinclair. This guy's about 25 feet ahead of you. What do you do?
All right, so as a bonus action, I'm going to shift my psychic focus from iron durability to psychic weapon, making my unarmed strikes psychic and magical.
Okay.
And I'm just now realizing I could have done that all along. It doesn't actually
Yeah,
take
I was
psychic
actually
points.
wondering why you weren't doing that.
Christ.
Wait,
Okay,
you could have done that all the time? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, it drops off the damage modifiers, so I'm just throwing D4s, but still. So yeah, then I'm going to close the distance, get right up in his face, and use my action to take the dodge action.
Okay. You run right up to him, and then you just sort of strike a stance as you feel your energies realign. Your meridians have changed in such a way to better align themselves to this battle. And some may be violated later. We'll have to see.
He is the one who violates meridians.
Jomo, it's your turn.
So he's right up in front of him, right?
Yep.
I'd like to move to flank if I can.
All right. You actually can do that. Yeah, you have just enough movement to do that.
Excellent. I will move to flank. As a bonus action, I will summon forth, for the first time, from my empty hand, a flaming scimitar.
Yeah.
Casting Flame Blade, which is a bonus action. So I now have a flaming scimitar. I can't believe I didn't think of that before. Well, I just never realized I had that spell because normally it's just a druid spell, but yeah.
I think it was something that Tasha's Cauldron of Everything added in for clerics.
Really? That's awesome. I mean, it makes sense for a fire cleric to have it. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I do. Then I strike with this blade made of pure fire. Let us see how you like this. Oh, it's a crit! And
that is indeed a crit.
Also is a weapon attack, so I can use Chaos Whipper with it.
Yes, you can.
Lol, one shot.
God Damn.
So go ahead and take 47 points of damage, sir.
All right, this thing howls and screeches as this flaming blade strikes down against it, and its eyes fill with rage as it turns around and sets them squarely upon you.
You will not be alpha for much longer. Action surge, attacking again.
Okay. I will say you still have flanking in this time.
Thanks.
All right, that hits.
And chaos weapon again. So that's what,
good chaos weapon.
Another 20. Well, the 16 was from the flame blade. The 7 was from the chaos weapon. So another another 23.
God, get you a 70 piece to open up the combat.
You literally have just got... It is wounded. Seriously wounded.
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah. So, this creature turns around to you, and suddenly you notice something strange is happening. The wounds on its body appear to be healing.
Like, completely healing or just healing a little bit?
Healing a fair amount, not completely healing, but it no longer looks like it was precariously wounded anymore.
All right. I will burn you to ash.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'm out of actions now.
Ulan is now going to do some bad things to you, or at least try to. First off, it's going to attempt to bite you.
Oh,
Which...
we're gonna have to try the warding flame as a reaction.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't help.
Well, okay. So, two things happen. The first is you're going to take... nine points of damage as its jaws clamp down on your shoulder. And I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I have to make 2. 1 for concentration for the flame blade and 1 for this first thing. So I'm going to make the one that you just asked me to make first, then I'll do the concentration second.
Okay. Oh.
It's not great.
Yep, you feel something enter your veins, and you feel a burning in your veins. Yeah.
Oh, and I gotta see if I can concentrate.
Okay.
Alright, that's no problem.
Hey! He's still concentrated, so now he's going to try and slash you with his claws. Okay, misses with the first attack. You're able to just batter it away with your shield. Or sure you want to drop your... maybe you want to drop your shield and taunt him, this guy.
Not yet.
And he then hits you.
Yep.
So doing this much damage. Doing 9 points of damage, of slashing damage, as he claws rake across your chest. Okay.
Right, concentrated again.
Flame Blade is still good. Corwin, it's your turn.
Corwin leans against a rock wall and kind of folds his arms and blows a raspberry at the creature.
Okay.
Nice.
Tasha's hideous laughter. Or just hideous laughter, I should say. And it fails. So this creature suddenly begins cackling horribly like the hyena that it is, and it falls on the ground and is now incapacitated. Sinclair, you now have a prone, laughing were hyena alpha on the ground in front of you. What would you like to do? Oh, but before that happens, right? Sorry, before that happens,
What happened before that happened?
that happened after Corwin let forth laughter therapy. Um, a You hear something coming up from behind you, Corwin.
His back is on the rock wall.
Okay, you don't hear it coming from behind you, coming from the side of you. From the south is coming another were hyena. But you don't have to worry about that now. Sinclair, so you got this guy on the ground in front of you. What do you want to do?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna just pretend I'm doing a superhero landing and punch at the ground. As a bonus action, I'm gonna charge it up with a bunch of lethal psionic shit.
Okay, that hits. God damn!
22.
That is a really powerful ability.
Yep.
Nice.
So you slam your fist into this laughing hyena, and it stops for a second, lets out a howl before resuming its laughter. But let's see if it keeps laughing. It keeps laughing.
I hate to say it, but it has advantage on this save because it took damage.
Right. Well,
Ha!
didn't matter.
Nice. That must be really
Okay.
funny.
Okay, yeah, it's just laughing away, cackling horribly. Is that all from you, Sinclair?
I'm an idiot. I'm gonna move now to engage the other hyena.
Okay.
No, good idea. Good
The
idea.
other hyena is, although you probably have something that allows you. Wait, you have more than 30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah, 40 feet. And as I'm moving, if I can, I'm going to shout, Jomo, leave him to laugh.
Okay. You run right in the way of this were hyena that's coming up beside Corwin. And that's it. Jomo, it's your turn.
Alright, how far away is the second were hyena from me?
About 45 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to break the laughter. That's fine. I'll move towards the other hyena 30 feet, but I want to position myself in a way so that I'm kind of in between, if possible, kind of in between the laughing alpha, Ulan, and Corwin. So that, like, if he gets up and heads towards Corwin, he has to come past me, basically.
All right.
But get closer, as close as I can to the second one.
Okay, so you've managed to make it such that you're right beside Corwin. You're right beside him so he's against the rock wall, and you're right in front of him.
Alright, that's fine. And then I'll cast Scorching Ray on the second were hyena.
Okay, go ahead. It does have cover though from your position, half cover.
Do I want to do that then? Maybe not.
I mean, it's only +2 AC.
That's true.
And what are you gonna do? Pull a Corwin?
How far away is it from me now?
It is 15 feet away.
Is there a way I can hit it with burning hands and not hit?
No, you will again be hitting Sinclair if you use Burning Hands.
Alright, fuck it. Scorching Ray then.
Okay, Scorching Ray.
All 3 rays on the one.
Okay. First 2 definitely hit. The last one, of course, misses.
Yeah, I'm not going to use inspiration on that. I'll just take the miss. So the 2 that hit do 7 fire damage each. So 14 fire damage.
Okay, so you set forth 3 scorching rays from your hands, and one of them goes wild, but the first 2 go right past Sinclair, landing right on this creature's chest, and it screeches as the flame just envelops it, and you do 14 points of fire damage. Now it is Ulan's turn. Ulan will do 2 things. First, he will again, although you can't really see it from here, he will again suddenly appear to be getting better, although he's still pretty wounded. And now Ulan is going to try and stop laughing. And he does!
Fucker.
So Ulan stops laughing. But I believe that's at the end of his turn, so he can't do anything else right now. He's still on the ground.
Are we aware that he has stopped laughing?
Yes.
Okay.
You are aware he has stopped laughing. Were Hyena's turn. So the Were Hyena, it's going to just go for Sinclair, because, you know, why wouldn't it? And it does a 22, which hits.
Yep.
Doing 9 points of damage as you again feel the chomp of it biting down into you. Something you become familiar with. You've been bitten several times now by were hyenas.
Yes, I have.
It's a good thing being bit additional times doesn't make you even more diseased.
Yeah, that would suck. Alright, and now it's going to attempt to slash you. But it fails. Its claws go wide and it's unable to hit you. Corwin, it's your turn.
Okay. Corbin will blast the. No, actually. Crone will blow another raspberry at the pack leader.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know if that rolled properly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That looks sketchy.
Okay. It unfortunately succeeded on its saving throw there. Are you doing anything else?
No.
Sinclair, it's your turn.
Okay, so I've got to echo something Josiah asked. Did I notice that the pack leader was healing from its wounds actively?
You saw it before healing from its wounds, and I guess make a nature check. Okay, you know that were hyena alphas, they all were hyenas possess a great deal of regenerative capability. It's why normal weapons won't hurt them. But those that become alphas tend to have even more of that, such that they can heal wounds that have already been inflicted that dealt what should have been lasting damage.
Okay. All right. I am going to spend a key point and make 3 unarmed strikes against this JCL hyena.
Okay. All right, 2 of them hit, 1 of them does not.
So 4 points of damage, and they must save versus a dexterity saving throw DC 15.
Oh, I thought it was strength.
No, I'm attempting to knock him prone.
Oh, okay. And he fails.
All right, and prone creatures, do they get attacks of opportunity?
Yes, they do get attacks of opportunity, although I believe it is with disadvantage.
Yeah, then I'm going to sprint back to the alpha.
Okay, and this creature will attempt to hit you. And it misses. So yeah, you're able to get right back to the alpha. All right, is that it?
Yeah, that's everything.
Jomo, it's your turn.
All right, so about 45 feet of distance separates these 2 were hyenas from one another.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, it's within 30 feet of me. So yeah, if I'm in between them... If I'm in between them, they'd both be within 30 feet of me.
Right.
Okay, cool. Then I'll move into a position in between them and use my channel divinity to send out radiant flame, so they both have to make con saves.
Yeah, you don't even have to move. You can just...
Oh, I can just do it from where I am, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let's do that. So they both have to make con saves.
All right, here's the were hyena. And it makes it. But the were hyena alpha does not.
Oh, wow. That's
Whoa,
good damage.
holy shit.
So the one that made it takes, 9 damage, and the other one takes 19 of radiant.
Yeah.
And then after doing that, I will move right back to the same position I was in on the alpha before.
Okay.
And I'm done.
You run ahead, do that. And yeah, this light, it burns the were hyenas, particularly alpha takes a huge blast of this radiant energy, and you can see smoke rising off of it as it rises on the ground. Unfortunately, Ulan is now going to stand up, and again, you're going to notice that healing happening. And now it's going to continue its attack on Jomo. Its bite misses. Its first claw attack misses. And second claw attack misses. So yeah, you're just able to this snarling, ferocious thing just is throwing itself at you, but you're able to keep it away. As the were hyena now moves in, stands up, and moves in on Corwin. So, Corwin, it's going to first off attempt to bite you.
Is standing up not its entire move action?
No, half of its move action.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So, 19.
Shield.
Yeah.
No.
That's why. So I thought. So what's your AC now?
21.
Okay, good. So yeah, it bites, but your shield just completely prevents it. As it tries to bite hold of you, its teeth strike the magical barrier that you've put up between it and yourself, and you're fine. Now it's going to attempt to hit you with its claws. But it can't even come close. It just bounces off your shield, doing nothing. And Corwin, it's your turn again. No, it's pretty Quen. It's pretty Quen.
Corwin finds he can't be bothered with this one, so he's just going to laughter therapy it.
Okay. Man, these guys are rolling really well.
Okay.
Anything else?
Bonus action disengage, and he'll get out of there.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
Way.
Do you want to go up near Ulan? Do you want to go across the cavern? How do you want to do this?
In a direction other than where the new hyenas came from.
Okay. All right. I guess that would be sort of diagonally. So,
Kite adds to the tank.
all right. So you move to your northeast. So now you're about 25 feet away from the Jomo, Ulan, and Sinclair sandwich. And now, Sinclair, it's your turn.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tim has flanking now, right? Since Ulan
He does
is
have-
facing me.
Yes, he does have flanking.
All right, we're going to charge up another unarmed strike here and give this guy what for. I will use a point of inspiration.
No, you don't have to do that. You have advantage.
Okay.
Charge it up.
25.
Damn.
Just dropping all the dailies on this fool.
Yeah. So you slam into the creature's back with your fist, and you hear a cracking noise so you can hear some of its ribs breaking. The psionic energy just issuing forth through it, both ravaging its mind and its body. But it's still standing, though it's looking much, much more wounded. In a key breath, it begins to cough out. Did she send you? Did that whore send you against us? And, yeah. Sinclair, or do you want to do anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's all my action.
Gemma, it's your turn.
Shoma's gonna say, "Tell us who are you talking about?"
Never. You are playing tricks. You're with her.
Almost like Sinclair, Corwin. Do we know a whore? He's like confused. Did a whore send us? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna hit him with the flame blade again.
Flame blade. That hits.
Give him another 12 points of fire damage.
All right. You do so, but amazingly, this creature, although you've just slashed across it, leaving this huge, searing scar across its chest, it's still standing.
And I can't really do anything. Well, I mean, I guess I could cast a bonus action heal, but I don't think I will.
All right. back to Ulan. Again, Ulan seems to heal much of that scar that you just gave it across its chest. And then it comes at you, Jomo. First with the bite, which misses. But then the claws, which hit unless you are about to...
Warding flame!
Alright. Instead, it rolls a miss. So this gout of flame bursts forth as its claws are coming in, and you're able to just bat it away with your shield again. Here comes the final claw attack, which just missed completely. And that is Ulan's turn. The Werehyena is now... he's going to come up behind Sinclair, however, and now has flanking. So he's going to be doing some rolls with advantage. First, the bite attack misses. Here comes the claw attack. Misses again. They just can't hit you. I mean, your moves, they're Ophidian.
So fucking Ophidian.
Corwin, it's your turn.
Okay, Corwin will back up a bit towards safety. And make the bonfire appear under the alpha.
Okay, let's see if it can dodge it. It cannot. So, a bonfire appears beneath it, and the alpha howls as the flames engulf its legs, dealing a further 7 points of damage. Unfortunately, he has survived enough rounds that...
Oh. Did you oh, okay.
Oh, and that was Corwin's turn. Yeah, so we're on the right turn. Okay. Another Werehyena comes in, stopping just 10 feet south of Corwin's position. So Sinclair, it's your turn.
Where enter from?
He seems to have come in through the same passage you guys entered. Also, that was a very interesting way of asking that question. Where enter from?
I'll see myself out.
Okay.
Sinclair, I don't know if there's a way to ask what I'm about to layer it onto an in-game knowledge check or something, but if I could somehow stop this alpha from taking reactions, would that prevent its healing?
You called me Sinclair.
Did I? I'm sorry. I'm very tired. Scito. They're both sorry for that.
No, not really.
Okay, then I'm just going to keep launching charged up attacks against his back.
Okay, go ahead.
Fuck yeah. Crit.
And you shall receive.
Okay. roll your damage, and if you're using your burst up attack, I guess double that. I can't. My God. Okay.
Sorry. So
Okay.
46.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Oh, I mean, it's just a Hadouken. Down on one
Okay.
knee, strikes with both of the fists, and this giant blue flash causes the beast to collapse in a heap.
Yeah. You can even feel the psionic energy from this Jomo. Just this vast amount of energy that was poured into the strike, and Ulan falls to the ground, his mind completely obliterated, his meridians most definitely violated. So you do anything else, Sinclair, or was that obliteration enough for you?
I mean, if I can, I'm going to turn and face the hyenas that are still in the room and say, run.
All right. You turn and you face them. They don't look like they're ready to give up quite yet, though.
Oh, I thought you'd said,
Yeah,
well,
but they're already in battle with you, you know?
okay, so more of just like they scatter in the general area.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's do this.
Jomo, it's your turn.
Alright, so can you explain to me where these hyenas are in relation to me?
There is one 15 feet to the south of you, and there is another 25 feet to the southeast of you.
One of them's hurt? Which one's hurt?
Yeah, the one to the south of you. And yes, you can get flanking with Sinclair.
Oh, great. I'll do that then.
All right.
And I will strike with the
You-
flame blade.
All right, do so with advantage. You hit.
21 fire damage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm really glad I discovered that I have flame blade. It's
Yeah.
a really good spell.
Flame Blade is a really fucking good spell. Holy shit. So yeah, you just completely sear the shit out of this thing's back. There's just this huge stretch on its back that is completely hairless and scarred. And one should be going for before two. So Were Hyena 1 is going to continue trying to attack Sinclair. And misses with the bite. And misses with the claw attack. Sinclair is just an impregnable fortress right now. Where Hyena 2 is going to, though, mosey on up. Well,
Mosey.
I guess he'd go after. I mean, it would be in a hyena. It would be a hyena way to go after the one that's isolated. So it's going to go after Corwin. Ooh. So,
Oh.
yeah. So it does this much damage. Okay, really low damage for a crit, so 5 points of damage. And you're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw. And you make it. So you feel this, you feel something trying to worm its way into your veins, but you're able to fight it off, thankfully. Unlike certain two others here who just apparently don't have the Constitution that Corwin has. And now it's going to attack you again with its claw. And it's going to miss entirely. So, yeah, you're able to just dodge out of the way. And it's your turn, Corwin. Nox, I have a feeling you might be muted or something.
Let me see.
No, you're okay. I can hear you now. You were just very quiet.
Okay. Corbin will just use focal weapons on it.
Okay, go ahead. Those both hit. You don't get sneak attack against it, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. So yeah, you do a tasty 9 points of damage with your focal weapons to this were-hyena. Sinclair, it's your turn. You got a were-hyena that's looking really badly hurt in front of you.
Well, I mean, dance with the gal which what brung ya. So we're gonna charge up another attack.
Okay. Unfortunately, that misses.
All right. Well, oh, hold on just a second.
He's gonna make some shit up right now.
It's very possible. He does have that ability.
As a bonus action, as a reaction to failing an attack, I focus my psionic energy and turn back time, allowing me to make the attack again.
Okay, yeah, nice try.
No, there is just one thing I'm trying to check.
It did sound actually somewhat legit at the very start of it, then when it turned back time.
If I could turn back... Go ahead.
No, that's it. I was just checking. I do still burn the bonus action and the psi points, even though the attack misses, because it's done in advance. So that's it. I have no more actions to take.
Okay. Jomo, you are flanking this creature. What would you like to do to it?
I think I'm gonna have to hit it with the flame blade.
Okay.
Oh, I have advantage. Yep. It's gonna hurt.
Critical hit.
21 fire damage.
All right, how do you want to do this?
All right, so it has its back to me. I raise the flaming scimitar above my head. Oh, you know what else is great about Flame Blade? I don't have to worry about it breaking.
You don't. That's the
I never
nice
need a weapon again. I'm just going to cast this in every fight. Well, I don't have that many spell slots, but... Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down across the neck of the creature, severing its head cleanly while cauterizing the wound with the fire, so not even a drop of blood is spilled. And its head just rolls.
To the ground. Yeah, you slaughtered it. Good job. It still smells quite bad, though.
I would imagine. And then I will move into a position on the other one taking up a flanking position on the other one with...
You can do that.
With Corwin.
All right, you now are flanking it. Where 2 is going to continue trying to kill Corwin now. It pretty much knows it's going to die, but it's going to try to take at least one of you out with it. But its bite doesn't come anywhere close to hitting Corwin, and its claws come down. That does hit, but I imagine Corwin is going to do something unless he just wants to take the damage.
Nah.
Okay. Yep. Claws come down again. Looks like it's going to hit. Bounces right off of your shield. And that's all it can do. Corwin, it's your turn. Now you have sneak attack damage.
Yeah, Corwin will utilize it.
Okay. And
nice.
Are you going to use your offhand?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay, that misses, unfortunately. But you still do 16 points of damage to this thing.
Isn't it advantage with flanking? Or is it facing?
It's facing you.
Okay.
So yeah, you do a nice 16 points of damage against it. Again, leaving this searing energy across it. And that's all it's... What color are your focal blades, by the way?
I suppose purplish.
Okay, purple. Sinclair, it's your turn.
All right. So Jomo stole the flanking advantage. Is that what I'm getting?
He did.
All right. Well, I will move into position against this creature as well. And we're just going to launch a few unarmed strikes at him.
Sounds good. That hits. That second one does not. The third one does.
7 points of damage.
All right. So your blows rain down on it. One of your strikes isn't able to hit it, but the other two do, and it is clearly feeling the pain as you're able to just hit it with pure psionic energy emanating from your fist.
It can no longer... it can't take reactions.
Okay. So it doesn't get a save or anything?
I'm not sure if a saving throw is a reaction action. I don't know, but
Saving throws aren't reactions, no.
okay, yeah, it's just reactions that's barred from until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Jomo, you're flanking it. What do you want to do?
I want to move away and then move back a couple times just for the lulls.
Okay.
No, I'll go ahead and attack, but I still have flanking advantage.
You still have flanking advantage.
Cool. Then I will utilize it and continue using my flame blade, which lasts 10 minutes. I mean, unless I lose concentration. Yeah, so the flame blade strikes again, hopefully. Yep.
It does strike.
For another 18 fire damage.
Damn. How much damage does Flame Blade do?
It does 3d6. Actually, 3d6 plus 5.
Jesus Christ, that is a really powerful ability.
I know, it's pretty good.
Okay, you strike it again across the back. Another yelp. You basically have created an X pattern on its back of seared flesh. It's still standing, though.
It also sheds light.
Damn.
For
It's
a
an
10-foot radius. The thing is, though, it's going to be a little less good next level because I can only attack with it once. Whereas as a 5th level fighter, I could attack with a regular weapon twice.
Oh, so it counts as a magic attack?
Yeah.
Oh, but then shouldn't you have not been able to use Chaos Weapon before?
No, it's a weapon, but it's a melee spell attack.
Okay. I'm not sure if Chaos Weapon then would still apply, though. It's fine for now. We'll cogitate more on it later. As my headset falls off my head. Okay.
Well, yeah, because what it says you can use your action to make a attack with the fiery blade. So I don't think I'd be able to get my second attack as a fighter with it.
Okay. In that case, it is now... I'll also check up on that and see if you can get multiple attacks. Although if you can, that's ridiculously overpowered. It's now going to attack Corwin. 22.
Okay.
So, first off damage. 7 points of damage. And a Constitution saving throw. Oh, okay. So, you feel, again, that same this vile energy entering your veins. And you feel it take hold in your blood. So you are now have the curse.
Oh, fuck.
So everyone has the curse now. Okay, and it's now going to attack you with its claws. But it misses with its claws entirely. Okay. Corwin, your turn. Oh, did you subtract the damage from your... Nox?
7, okay.
Yeah, did you subtract the damage from your...
Yes.
Okay. That hits. All right.
Okay.
You don't even need to make the offhand attack. How do you want to do this?
Okay. He's just going to go in and just stab at the heart.
You do so, and it just stops. It was cackling before, and then it just suddenly stops, and all of its limbs suddenly just fall limp, and it just slides off your focal blade, and it is dead. And you have beat this encounter.
Hopefully that is the end of them.
You aren't hearing anything anymore. For the longest time in this cavern, you've been hearing the odd cackle and the like. Now, complete silence.
I want to burn the body of the alpha.
Okay, you do so.
Make sure it burns completely up.
All right. So, before we end things off, because it's getting to be about that time, do you want to inspect the area for loot and or other things?
Yes.
All right. First off, you're able to notice this because it's pretty fresh. You find the half-eaten bodies of what appears to be a teenager and a woman.
And what do they have on them?
They just have well, actually no, they do have some loot, but I'll just say all the loot that you get from this place in the at the end. But Searshoe says, and I suppose these were Robert and whoever Lil was impersonating.
Yeah, most likely.
Anyways, I mean, you know, hey, yeah, you appear to have ended a were-hyena threat from beneath the street, so there's that. Just weren't able to save the people. Anyways, so searching around the area, you find, first off, in terms of money, 76 enamel pieces, 28 slate pieces, and 315 ceramic pieces.
No sign of anybody alive?
Nope. You also find a large number of common clothes, but most of them are torn.
Hey,
So
explode!
you might be able to get one or two sets that are intact if you really look through them, but I imagine you probably don't really care about the clothes.
Thanks for the sub, explode. Good to see ya.
No.
Okay? You find a set of intact mason's tools. You also find 50 feet of giant hair rope, a fire kit, a hammer, a 10-foot ladder, a tinderbox, 3 potions of healing, 8 torches, and secreted away somewhat, as if it had some importance, you find an obsidian mirror.
Cool. How you doing,
Yeah, that's
explode?
neat.
Good to see ya. Thanks, man.
All right, so have you got that, or do you want me to put that on chat?
I don't know at all.
Hadn't we already found some other money earlier that we hadn't really divvied up or anything?
Yeah, I'm keeping track of it. I assume we're divvying it up to split the weight, and then just when we're done, we can
Okay.
figure out.
So you wrote down this new money too that I put in chat?
I did, yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay. And that's it. That appears to be all of the were-hyenas, at least that were in the area. If there are more, hopefully they will leave you alone now.
I want to gather up the were-hyena corpses to the best of my ability and burn them all. If I can't gather them up, then I'll just burn them where they lay. But I also want to burn the other bodies and say a prayer over them, but I want to burn them separately from the were-hyenas.
Sure. That takes about, I'd say, 30 minutes to do all that.
Okay.
And it's now about 12:05 on Horde the Third. Or I should say the third of Horde. Again, my favorite month.
Why is it your favorite month?
It's called Horde.
Mm,
Hoard.
that does sound like a good month.
I know, right? All right. So do you guys want to end off there for the night?
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
that will do it. You all now have been infected by were-hyenas, but you did manage to kill them all, or at least all the ones that confronted you. Good job. Good job.
We might have to go back up to town and get healed or something.
Maybe. All right. So, if you want to take us out, Josiah?
All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching Josiah Plays Dungeons and Dragons, the Shattered Crown campaign. We'll see you next time.